Donald Trump is losing, and he knows it. And in this breaking story, you're going to find out what he just exposed himself to show that he is losing. Where I come from, we have a phrase back in the South, Tennessee, where I'm from, that has to do with actual fisticuffs. And that phrase is, be careful about having your mouth write checks that your body can't cash. It's just a nice way of saying, better watch yourself because you will get into a tussle. Well, Donald Trump has gotten himself into a tussle. And the bottom line is he doesn't actually consider properly in this breaking story what that really means when you get into a full-scale trade war with China. And the only people who are going to lose are the American people. And here's a little example of how much a two-faced liar he actually is when it comes to America first, America manufacturing, let's care about America. It's all BS. And here is your reason in this breaking story, which I'll show you in a few seconds. But take a look at this real quick.
There's little evidence of a trade war at the Jiahao Flag Company in Anhui Province. Workers bustle and sewing machines hum. A current hot seller, blue and white banners declaring the centerpiece of Trump's re-election campaign.
What I'm making here now is the Trump banner. I know that he's the U.S. president. Every day we must produce over 1,000 of this. We already made so many batches of them.
The banners highlight a paradox in China-U.S. relations under the current Trump administration. At about $1 a piece, even the suppliers to the Trump campaign can't resist the low price. The factory also made banners for his 2016 campaign and said its business has been great since then.
Buy American and hire American.
This is the Trump store inside the Trump Hotel, and my question is, how many things inside of here are made in America? Ooh, look at that bomber jacket. China. This mug says designed in Oregon, but made in China. What about the classic Stanley Cup? Made in China. Now this bottom shelf, I don't know what to think about it. This mug says designed in Oregon, but I don't see where it's made. So on this one, I took the price tag sticker off the bottle, and there it is. Made in China.
Be advised, breaking news, tariffs war halts U.S. beef exports to China as Australia fills the gap. And additionally, China now reportedly orders its airlines to halt Boeing jet deliveries amid U.S. trade war. Carriers also asked to stop purchases of aircraft-related equipment and parts from U.S. firms, report says. Everything in his campaign, American flags, all the stuff in Trump Hotel, all made in China. And now look at what China's also doing. They're attacking two things we can't survive. Air travel in a huge country like the U.S. and America, just like guns, is a meat lover's country. And in this breaking story, Trump is losing, he's freaking out, and this is your story showing why. Here it is. Breaking news on Truth Social. Trump complains that he is losing trade to China on farming products and Boeing aircraft. At Real Donald Trump, our farmers are great, but because of their greatness, they're always put on the front line with our adversaries such as China whenever there is a trade negotiation or, in this case, a trade war. The same thing happened in my first term. China was brutal to our farmers. These patriots to just hold on, and a great trade deal was made. I rewarded our farmers with a payment of $28 billion, all through the China deal. It was a great transaction for the USA until crooked Joe Biden came in and didn't enforce it. China largely reneged on the deal, although they behaved during the Trump administration, only buying a portion of what they agreed to buy. They had zero respect for the crooked Biden administration, who can blame them for that. Interestingly, they just reneged on the big Boeing deal, saying that they will not take possession of fully committed to aircraft. The USA will protect our farmers. You know, when I grew up, we'd call it being cocky or boasting or whatever it may be. But that's what malignant narcissists do when they know that they're wrong. They either run out of the room, stop talking, close the door, cover their ears, or in this case, when you're the 47th president, you go onto your own social media platform and you start talking about how great somebody else is. He needs his ego padded, and the way he gets people to love him despite what he does to them is he pads their ego too. The hard part about this is it's just about the money for the farmers and the manufacturers. But the problem is with Trump is he only sees this trade war as about money, but it isn't. What he's losing sight of, what he shouldn't lose sight of, but what he's losing sight of is the actual industry and the nuance that comes along with what sectors are you really affecting. And when you start affecting air travel, in the inter-travel of the United States, where people across 50 states travel way more than they do internationally, and you start taking away beef from the farmers who have it, that's a lot. Beef goes bad. It just can't sit anywhere for a long period of time, whether it's back on the farm, whether it's en route to shipping, whether it's on shipping, or whether it's on a container ship, or wherever it's going. It just can't sit forever. So this is what Trump isn't considering, and now he's too far into it to have an intelligent pullback. And China just said, okay, you want to write checks out of your mouth that your country's economy and its producers can't actually cash? Good luck. We'll just go over here. And that's exactly what's happening, and Trump knows it. You guys hang in there, do the best you can, stay frosty.